season opening win last Sunday. Across from him, Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys, on the other hand, couldn't pull one out last week in the opener, so they're looking for their first win at home here in week 2. Next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go from Southern California. And this will work out quite well. We'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Chargers. The offense getting set to come out. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to one score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early. Get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the fourth quarter, this thing's within one score. You're going to be a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
At the 41-yard line.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading or reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's complete to the TCU man. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. And the Chargers, a gain of 11 on that one. And the Chargers have the first down.
And get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensional. So in this case, we're only playing with the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately it stresses your quarterback.
3rd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second day and 8 on the Seahawks 27-yard line. 27, here's 2nd and 8. Harris, the man in motion. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. Ball's out. And the Seahawks have come up with recovery.
That's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game. Like when you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball, they knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
It was pretty clear after sitting down with him earlier in the week that he was just not satisfied with last week's performance. And while he was so clear, he's like, listen, I am thrilled that we won the game. He goes, I understand if we want to continue to stack up wins, I need to be better. And it starts with protecting the ball. So back to basics this week in practice, trusting what he sees, relying on his understanding of the offense. If all those things come together, I think we'll see a better performance out of him today.
Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up to the 40-yard line. Another 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's a toss as they look to run. And this time they are ready for a loss. And it's second down.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with the defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
That one good for 26 yards. And it's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in running. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
He'll look to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Geno Stone that time. All over him in cover. Geno Stone on 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down. No gain on the play. It's now 4th down. That is not going to do it. Trying to fight off a run with that one. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
This is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Tight end on the move left. Travis Scott on the ground. This defense, this is making it down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Here we go. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight ends. Was brought down, and the pass is going to pick up 4. And bring up 3rd down. Brings up 3rd and 9. Hill looks to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
He's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first point of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. A gain of 26 yards. And the Seahawks first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now he'll air one out. It's going to be incomplete. A very stout deep ball as we bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. On the toss, they'll run, and no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind line. Now this offense can use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut. Like you can see, he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. He'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 1st down, Seahawks. run for the first time with their fullback. To throw, moving outside the pocket, and on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. There's an old saying in golf, Mike, that when you're on the green, never up, never in. In this case, the ball's on target. It just didn't have enough steam to get there. Winds up no good.
They'll begin here on the ground. No hard to come by as he'll get ahead of him before he goes. Mickey Manwari is there to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll hold it to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. It's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5. Oh, he's going to be followed up and chasing him down. There you go.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck in his pass rush.
Here's Torrey Taylor now. He's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. They're on the 36-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. That'll give up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and 5. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 1. He'll stick with him again. And move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down. So we come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he just does get that one away. But he chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. And it brings up 3rd down. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Downfield, got him. And he's got it. It's a gain of 29. And it's first and goal at the 10-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate.
Touchdown, Rio. It's his fourth rushing touchdown of the year. Now to try here for the point after. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. Chargers number. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kicks away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchdown. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Greg, they say flush a game and you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener and you get blown out, is it even harder to flush for players?
Well, certainly that's the question, Mike. And regardless of how much the coach stands up there and you try to say, hey, it's a new week, we've got to move forward. And certainly that's the case in the NFL. If you let bad losses linger, you're going to find yourself in a big hole. So the problem is, when you spend all week and you spend all season saying, okay, this is week one, we're going to get off to a great start, and you lay an egg and you're not. Doubt to set in. So we're going to find out pretty quickly here in this one. Was last week just 1 out of 17, and we're going to move on? Or is this going to be signs of things to come as the rest of the season unfolds?
Good work after the catch. Big 19 yards and a first down.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that snap route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after the catch and brings a first down. On the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They were able to stop that one for a loss.
One on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Gets it away quickly, and it's crossed. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds. That's going to set up a third down.
All right, so anytime you're facing a blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Motion man is Harris. On third down, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he gets a good read defensively. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22.
First and 10 at their own 22.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Try the right side this time. And trying back to the line, but he's not happy with it. They're losing yard.
They're trying to get the run game started here early on this drive. Like, they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
To the ground, he'll get it again. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up for him.
It's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
A gain of 24 through the air. It's good for a Seahawks first down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it.
The tackle man at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Third down and 9. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
A gain of 22 yards.
Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. And have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And that'll be knocked down. It's incomplete, but it might not matter. Let's check on this penalty. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Forced out wide. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. It'll be a pickup for 10. It's good for a Seahawks first down. Now a toss play, running left, and that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of LSU.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. It's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
And he is defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. It just, he never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, faking the give. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Johnson Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. Now it could be 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own
Well, Seahawks offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The throw here is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 29.
First down, Seahawks.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
Kicker on
Right after, coming up here. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks move out on top. 14-0.
Chargers up there.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you feel all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose, it kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into two, one player to turn into two. The best teams in this league have the ability, and regardless, good or bad, if you're running blowout or a close one from the previous week and forward, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it, but can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Throwing now on first and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, but sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Second and 7. Right side hauled in by McCarthy. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Gain there of 21. First down, LA.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go now. COVID-19.
Motion man is Johnston. They'll look to throw again. The other man is Johnston. He's got it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identify the blitz, you can see them communicating with one one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
To the air, one more under pressure, and down he goes and now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as will stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They need to get to the 22, but now face third down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up first and goal. Now the timeout Chargers here. That's their second. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. 10 yards to go. So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half.
That one, take it in.
He's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers are on the board. It's now 14-7. Total time, final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense and our running back getting ready to go back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive. Now they'll set up to throw. Forced to his right. That's to the right side.
And this is where the timing of this passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. In this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
18 yards on the pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down. So we've hit half here out west, and we'll send it back east to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our Our trip around the NFL starts now with a good divisional matchup in the black and blue NFC North. And this is the running back for the home team. He's going to take this one in 11 yards on the touchdown run. From there, Kansas City, here we come. Let's check in on the Chiefs as they host the Denver Broncos. And this is the Broncos wideout. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Broncos are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers taking on the Houston Texans. And this is the home team running back. Gets past the line of scrimmage, gets room, gets it in. 22 yards on the touchdown. The Steelers even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. With that, a look at the rest of the scores from a jam-packed week 2 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, a fairly even first half, all things considered. 14-7 is the halftime score. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20 to mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The third quarter begins with a run. To the 45. Big one there to start the second half. 35 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game. And you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 7.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
2nd and inches. A handoff as they try to run it here. Finding room to the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Rio. That his first touchdown of the new year. The kicking team for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Seahawks will take it 21-7. Kickoff team is on the field. And we're back to it as the kicks away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. And they're not going to run it down. He goes all the way. Touchdown, Chargers. The extra point is good. Chargers come up closer here. It's 21-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Handoff here.
And with all of this talk about ball security, I'll tell you first, it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Spoon on the coverage.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Into the hands of his running back. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
To number 13.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
And that is incomplete. Might be the one he was looking for. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
It's fourth
And
down.
barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down. Well, Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Greg, I know you're passionate about this, the change in the evolution of the NFL the last decade, the willingness to go for it even more often now on fourth down, as we've seen here.
Yeah, I think teams just continue to understand the NFL is not about yards, it's not about time of possession, it's about generating big plays, and it's about maximizing every possession you have and sustaining the ball. So when you get opportunities on certain down the distances and certain parts of the field to use that extra down, it changes everything. And the last thing I'll say, Mike, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. You don't decide to go for it on fourth down, or at least I'll say the good teams don't decide to go for it on fourth down. They knew they were going for it on fourth down. They knew on first and 10, this was 4-down territory. So first down, second down, third down, the play caller is using that information to say, if I need fourth down, I had it. So I don't need to get it all on second, all on third. So it changes the philosophy and the flow of the play caller, and the players are a lot more comfortable nowadays being in these situations.
Third down and 9.
19, Charger, 19, corner, 7.
That one, 2 in front. It is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Chargers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with the first down. Right away, they'll set up to McConkey. He'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Chargers first down.
They'll throw out of the gun. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be hauled down about 25 yards. Six catches for him in the ballgame now. This one's good for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get on the ball, pick up the first down.
They bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 10 more on that one. Just enough to get another first down.
Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is on first downs. Don't wait for third down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good throw. He'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll throw here on 3rd. The pass rush gets home and he knows down.
When you can bring quarterbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen, how are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Chargers will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll work this one past the 25. Right about the 28-yard line. Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. It's a gain of 34.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say like that. He's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And this will be incomplete.
Sitting here all day, we can talk about the missed throw. A lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along
So go ahead.
Inside the 25.
Sean Ray touched that game. That's what it was all about.
To work with is 1st down and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Off he goes. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and
Bitch, I ain't gonna put my hand back
finish
on.
off this drive with a touchdown.
First and 4 at the 8-yard line.
Here's a run. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. A.J. Barner. Touchdown Seahawks.
Like I was saying, it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as they kicks away. A short one taken at the 10, and he'll be brought down just beyond our 25-yard line. The Chargers offense make their way out, take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so what to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass when he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll be stopped short of 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
3rd and 1.
The quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, his second read, and the check to Hampton. It was called to perfection. They got the perfect look. It led to a nice game.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. And the Chargers have the 1st down.
1st and 10.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
They bring their tight end right. From the gun, here's a handoff, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
This one here, Mike, is just all about the get off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. This one complete right side to Harris. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Harris, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial step. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. He'll go on 4th down. He gets this one complete to Johnston. And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. There's a short one caught by Sanders. He's at the 1st down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Go!
Off play action. He'll send him to throw. Then one complete to McConkey. And no jamming, turn and go. And one good for just a couple.
It's a pick of 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they ended up holding them to just a short game.
Is intercepted. And now by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 14-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 14-yard line.
Travel start on the ground. And he is stopped in his tracks. Lost of a couple.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now give on the ground. He finds some room across the 25. And they'll get him down, but not before he takes this across the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. And second down. On the toss, they'll run. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. First and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. Away 2 yards for pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be taken down.
He's throwing on the right side.
They put him back behind the line. It's second down. Now, faking the give. Pressure gets there. Down he goes.
There's not a lot of plays on that call sheet for the offensive coordinator for third and miles. That's a huge sack there that they took on second down. And barring something dramatic happening here, they might have just killed any chance of extending this drive.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line. And it's fourth down. Now this offense can use the first of their timeouts, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. He'll drop to throw. And he's got a